Restaurants have had to innovate much more than their menus in recent years. Since reopening after the 2020 shutdowns, they've had to adapt to outdoor dining, labor shortages, rising food prices, and limited supply, all while maintaining an excellent dining experience for discerning customers. 2022 saw new challenges emerge. Droughts drove up the cost of beef. The war in Ukraine disrupted world wheat supplies and escalated cooking oil prices. It also strained limited fertilizer stocks, which raised the cost of produce. And a wave of inflation exacerbated the impact of every obstacle. The Producer Price Index for finished consumer foods saw a staggering 30% year-over-year increase in 2022. Inevitably, restaurants must pass on some of those to consumers. Year over year, the cost of dining out and takeout rose 8%. Making a menu now requires major market savvy. To keep sticker shock from scaring off would-be diners, restaurateurs have made changes in and out of the kitchen. For one, menu sizes are shrinking. Fine dining has led the charge, averaging 21% fewer menu items since 2020. A tighter menu eliminates waste and is easier to execute, which can reduce labor costs. It also allows restaurants to prioritize dishes whose key ingredients are readily available at a reasonable rate. To make smart choices, it helps to stay attuned to evolving market conditions.
There are many seasonal patterns that vary among commodities that restaurant owners and managers should pay attention to. It's important for anyone in the restaurant industry to have a risk management plan in place before prices rise. I've seen quite a few times in my career where you got a big price rise in, say, something like wheat or cattle, and then people say, oh my goodness, I need to manage my price risk. Well, it's too late after the fact.
But when inflation makes price hikes unavoidable, restaurateurs are turning to customer education. Instead of making unannounced adjustments to prices of specific menu items, some restaurants are adding inflation surcharges to diners' bills. By naming and explaining the source of the price increase, it speaks to the diner's own experience with the impact of inflation and eases the burden of having to constantly change item-by-item prices to match market fluctuations. Investors and restaurateurs face many of the same challenges. Like shrewd restaurateurs, savvy investors must understand how the fundamentals of supply and demand impact the price of raw commodities, how external factors like weather, labor, and logistics impact consumer prices, and how reliable risk management tools can help them weather the storm. Futures markets can help businesses around the world navigate risk and uncertainty. Locking in future prices through a futures contract may reduce the risks of adverse price movements, making it easier to plan long-term, manage price risk, and stabilize impact to consumers. CME Group offers a wide range of agricultural futures and options products, with diverse and global benchmarks in key areas like grain, oilseed, livestock, dairy, fertilizer, and lumber.
The role of the CME futures contracts in the larger economy is really twofold: risk transfer and price discovery. We want someone who isn't really specialized in managing the exposure to commodity price risk to offload it to someone who is specialized and can manage it better. That's at the heart of our commodity futures markets. And what this does is it really smooths out and makes the entire economic system function more efficiently.
The world is unpredictable. While we can't control the geopolitical and economic events that shape markets and menus, CME Group's agricultural futures and options can help manage risk to prepare, react, and adapt to them.